The wheels have fallen off the Buffalo Sabres wagon after a tremendous start. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sports Talk Buffalo. Before we go any further, I want to remind you guys to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a video. I talk Bills, Sabres, and UB Bulls men's basketball and football right here on this page. Also, remember to check out some cool merch. The links are in the description below. After a 7-3 start to the season, the Buffalo Sabres looked like they would be an absolute wagon moving forward, and for some reason, it just felt different. Because it wasn't that the Buffalo Sabres were winning very, very closely contested games. The Sabres were dominating other teams, and they were doing it with effort and precision on a nightly basis, something that we haven't seen in Buffalo for a very long time. However, as I stated, the wheels have completely fallen off after the Buffalo Sabres have dropped their fourth straight game, this time being dominated by Jack Eichel and the Vegas Golden Knights, losing 7-4. In this game, Jack Eichel was incredible, and you could tell from the very start that he would not be denied in this game. Eichel was all over the ice. He was back checking, he was forechecking, he was hitting, he was breaking up plays, he was creating his own offense, he was taking control of the game like we've seen for so many years in Buffalo. You could really tell that Jack Eichel is back to being the player that we saw in Buffalo during some of his better seasons here in Buffalo. Eichel created two breakaways, one off of a horrible play by Alex Tuch where he just throws it in the middle and Eichel reads the play, takes it on a breakaway, gets stopped by Comrie. The second one on almost an incredibly similar play where they tried to do a backhand pass. This time it was J.J. Peterka who tried a backhand pass. Eichel intercepted it and just blows the Buffalo defense out of the water. And again, Comrie makes a big save. However, in the third period, Eichel would break through. He would get an assist on an Alex Pietrangelo shot, which deflected off of a Buffalo defenseman. Speaking of that, Buffalo defense, for whatever reason, if you're watching, please get the fuck out of the way on those shots. You are doing more harm than good, and you did it several times in this game where you deflected the puck on Comrie, and these are the goals that are going in and really sinking the ship for the Buffalo Sabres. If you cannot block the shot, if you are not in the shooting lane when the shot is coming, do not try to tip it. Do not try to put your leg in front of it, because all you're doing is making it an impossible save for Eric Comrie. We've seen it two times in this game. Luckily, one of them was called back against Dylan Cousins, who scored two deflection goals in the game before. And then in this game, it was Jacob Bryson who just sticks his leg out or tries to get in the lane, sticks his leg out, and ends up kicking it past Eric Comrie, which really kind of sunk the Sabres' boat in this game. And then after that, it was the Eichel show. Eichel left all alone. How do you leave Eichel all alone on the side of the net? There was nobody within 15 feet of him, and Comrie tries to play the puck into the corner with his blocker, not realizing Eichel is standing maybe 5 feet to his right, blockers it into the corner. However, it hits Eichel, drops right down in front of him, and he is not going to miss a wide open empty net. He pots that one. On Eichel's second goal, he beats Clegg down the ice, just bullies him down the ice. Great pass and a shot that Comrie should have stopped in this one. It goes 5-hole for Eichel's second goal. And of course, Eichel had to rub a little bit of salt in the wound against the Buffalo Sabres fans of over 15,000 in this one, as he scores an empty net goal to get the hat trick against his former team and really sticks it in the face of every single Sabres fan at this game. After every single goal, Eichel looked to the stands, raised his hands in the air as if saying, "What now, Buffalo? I'm back, and I'm better than ever." And man, does that hurt. Those are the games that we saw Eichel take up against teams like the Boston Bruins, where he is from, just outside of Boston. He would dominate when he played them, and hopefully this is not a sign of things to come every single time the Sabres play the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, just like that, the Sabres sit 7-7 after that 7-3 start. Again, in these last 4 games offensively, the Sabres have been okay, scoring just under 3 goals a game, scoring about 2.75 goals a game. And of course, their leaders are going to be Tage Thompson and Rasmus Dahlin, who continue to lead the way for the Sabres, as Thompson has 2 goals, 2 assists in the last 3 games, 18 points in 14 games overall, and Rasmus Dahlin has 17 points in 13 games, including a 6-game point streak, of course not counting the 1 game where he was out. He has a 6-game point streak. He has 8 points, 2 goals, and 6 assists in those 8 games. The biggest problem offensively for the Buffalo Sabres in these last few games is guys like Victor Olofsson, Alex Tuch, Jeff Skinner, Peyton Krebs. All of these guys have been basically invisible for these 4 games. You are not hearing their names mentioned much. They're not getting really quality scoring chances. They're being held off the score sheet for a majority of these games, and they have looked completely ineffective for this 4-game skid, and that is a big reason why. Now, defensively for the Sabres, of course, they have a bunch of injuries on the back end. It is very, very evident that the Sabres are missing Matthias Samuelsson to pair with Rasmus Dahlin. And their defensive corps is just in shambles over these past 4 games. All 4, of course, have been losses. The Sabres have given up 21 goals in 4 games, 5.25 goals a game in the last 4 games. In their defensive zone, they have been lost, leaving guys wide open, not tying up players, and simply being over-aggressive when they get the opportunity, which is leading to far, far, far too many odd man rushes against the Buffalo Sabres in their going the other way for opposing teams. In this game alone, the Vegas Golden Knights had somewhere near 10 odd man rushes, and that is simply not going to be a recipe for winning, especially when you don't create any odd man rushes going in the opposite direction. The Sabres have got to figure something out to continue to play aggressively but not leave themselves exposed as they have in these last 4 games. Early in the season, goaltending was playing out of their minds as they were just seemingly stopping everything that came their way. However, that has come crashing back down to earth in these last few weeks as they simply cannot keep up with the amount of opportunities that this Buffalo Sabres defense is giving up. Comrie himself in his last 5 starts has given up nearly 4 goals a game at 3.8 goals against. Goals against is his goals against in the last 4 games with a .849 save percentage. That is putrid if you are a Sabres fan. However, not all of it is on Comrie, as they are leaving him out to dry on a nightly basis. The Sabres power play continues to be very, very good as they continue to score game after game. Every time they have an opportunity, they look dangerous, and they are what's really keeping the Sabres in a majority of these games that the Sabres are competing in. However, on the flip side, it is defensively, of course, again, the penalty killing has not been very good for a while. Some of that is on the goaltender. A lot of it is on the defense in front of them. They are just sitting at just a roughly 40 or 75% penalty kill for the season, which is well below the league average, which is, I believe, near 80. It was like 78 or 79%, I believe, the last time I checked. And for Buffalo, the only way they can really get out of this slump is by basically drastically tightening up the defensive zone and getting some timely saves from their goaltenders when they are being aggressive. That's going to be the only way the Sabres really start to turn this ship around. Another is that they have to get scoring from up and down their lineup like they were getting early in the season. Right now, it is basically just the Tage Thompson and Rasmus Dahlin show. That is not a recipe for winning. We saw that when Eichel was here, and that's pretty much why he ended up wanting a trade out of Buffalo in the first place, because he was the only player on a nightly basis that was scoring. He was not getting much help from his teammates, and that in the last little bit of stretch is Tage Thompson. He has been on a tear. He has looked very, very good. He has looked every bit worth the contract that he got in this offseason, and he is going to be a superstar in this league. That's what I believe is the only way the Sabres are going to win moving forward. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. I try to answer every single comment that I get. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic week.